What is a framing or first fix nail gun? Should we have a look? So for those of you who don't know, this is what a first fix or framing nail gun looks like. This is a pneumatic powered one, which means it's powered by air. You can get battery powered ones, gas powered ones. These are the ones that I use in the workshop. So you may have heard this being referred to as a first fix nail gun or a framing nailer. The reason it's called first fix in construction is the concept of when everything's being initially done. It's the initial stages of construction, when you're popping the 2x4s, the 4x2s, the headers in, when you're doing the stud work, joists, timbers, flooring, all that sort of stuff. That's when you're going to use this bad boy. The type of nails that they run in here are called ring shank. So they have like a slightly clipped head, which I'll give you a close up to. And what that means is they're going to go in here. This is a 34 degree. I think you can get them in 31 and 34. I use 34 because that's what I initially bought when I went with this 10 years ago. And this nail gun here will take 50mm all the way up to 100mm nails. So here I have some 4-inch nails or 100mm, big old beauties. These here are 3-inch ones, 75mm, and these are 2-inch, 50mm nails. Now the 4-inch nails, they're what I'm going to be using for making up the stud walls, right? Nailing a top and bottom plate together, popping the studs into the bottom plate. I'm going to be sticking my nails in like that, and I'm going to use 4-inch nails. The 3-inch nails, I'm going to use these for the same sort of work, but I use these a lot when I'm putting joists in. So I-beam joists, I've put 2 toenails in. I'm going to use 3-inch nails here. And then the 50mm nails, these are what I use for putting chipboard flooring down. So when you're running chipboard flooring down, you put your glue down on your I-beams, you pop your chipboard down, and then I will run the 50mm nails all the way through. Quite often you'll find the standards for what nails to be used, where to nail them, and how many nails that need to be used. They're all a given standard. So popping in the I-beam joist, they recommended 3.1 nails by 75, which is what these are, to be toe nailed in each at the end of each of the I-beams. So yeah, that's what we use them for. So like I said, we're going to use these for the larger nails. You can see I've just been doing a flooring job. Pop those 2-inch out. What they do, super easy. You pull that back, pop them in, and then release. Everybody loves the release, don't they? These are also perfect for doing decking if you're not using screws. So you're going to use like 4 or 3-inch nails depending on the thickness of your decking. You're going to use your 4-inch nails to put all of your joists in and all of your uprights. And then you're probably going to fit your decking boards depending on how thick they are with 3 or 2-inch nails. You might also use this on a fencing job when you're nailing the rails onto the 4-inch post or 6-inch post. Again, super quick, just be able to line it up, pop a nail in. The reason I tend to use a nail gun over a screw gun is obviously when you're working with stud work and structural stuff, they will specify nails specifically, because what a nail will do is it will bend, whereas a screw will snap. But it's also super fast. You know, you can just put this on a bump fire, which means as you pull the trigger down, every time you push it down, it's going to fire. And you can just go, and there you go. Whereas if you're going to do that with screws, it's going to take a bit of time, and when you might use 1,000 nails on a job, you are going to use a huge amount of time. Now, as much as I love this, this is not for finish work or precision work, right? This is for big, nasty, pop the nails in, put your stud work up, and get moving on to the next thing. What you can find is, because of the size of the nails, because of the amount of pressure that you're using, it can split the timber if you do it too close to the end. So yeah, not for finishing work. Things to remember when you're using one of these nail guns is, depending on your type of nail gun, for a pneumatic one, they're all pretty much the same. What you need to learn how to service it, and with any tool, you should know how to service it and look after it and fix it if anything goes wrong with it. We'll just take the nails out here, look. The thing with a pneumatic nail gun is, before we use it, we always pop a couple drops of oil in there just to keep all the inside lubed up. It has a big piston on the inside here which moves up and down when you pop the nail in. It goes in, fires the nail, air comes back up through. It's a little bit complicated, but it's quite interesting to look at. The only thing that can really go wrong with these is the insides get gummed up because you've either used too much lubrication, never normally an issue, or you've not used enough, or you get jams, and jams will be cleared by the front end over here. You can undo this, pull this out, and pop the jam down. The only other thing to remember when using a nail gun is to make sure that you're using iPro, right? iPro is super important. The amount of times I've seen somebody pop a nail in, it's either hit a nail or a knot or something in the timber, and it's blown out the side, man. It's one thing to get a nail in your cheek, it's another one to get it on your eye. The last thing I would mention when you're using one of these, right, is the weight. This thing weighs about 6.5 kilos. That's fine for me, but when you're holding it out like this all day long, it soon starts to wear on your shoulders. So just bear that in mind when you're looking at how long a project's going to take. There we go. That's your quick rundown on a framing or first fix nailer. If I've missed anything out, I would appreciate if you could let me know in the comments below. If you're still here, thank you very much for continuing to watch. You'll have a great day and catch you in the next one. I'm going to do an entire series just on nail guns. How exciting, eh? Have a great day.